Tell me what you think.
I'm upset.
Yeah.
This is so unacceptable. I'm sick of Democratic leadership throwing away every tool they have just because. What's even the point of being a leader like this if you're not going to protect people?
Yeah.
What's the point? How can you as a voter vote to elect someone who does not have the interests of the people? And how can you as a leader step into that position and be so goddamn evil?
I guess this is what I don't understand about it is like the whole reason they had this shutdown is they told us 51,000 American lives are on the line every single year, right? And then they just fucking folded. Like they told us 51,000 people will die every single year if they don't hold the line for the Affordable Care Act subsidies and Medicaid restoration. And then they just threw it all away. So what they basically told all of their constituents is like, we're fine with 51,000 of you dying every single year so that the airlines can be profitable this quarter and so that Walmart can get their $2 billion in SNAP benefits this month, right? Like that's how it feels to me. Yeah. Yeah, girl, I feel you.
Yeah.
I guess the thing is if you look at what happened in New York, is there the potential for that to happen party-wide across the country, right?
Do you think this is almost like retaliation? Like, we finally have like a win for the Democrats and now they fuck everyone?
I hadn't even thought of it that way. I guess I thought they were waiting to do this until after the election because they didn't want us to be pissed at them going into an election week, right? So my thought was Chuck Schumer pulled this shit. Like we all saw this blue wave after the election and we were like, okay, this means that the Democrats can hold really strong. They're coming from a position of power now, right? And I was like, okay, so this means they're gonna really hold the line. But I think it was the opposite of that. I think they were wanting to cave for quite a while. The only reason they held out is because they were hoping to win for the election. And then they're like, well, phew, okay, now we can go ahead and throw everybody under the bus because we'll just build them back up for the midterms, where they will feel that their only choices are literal fascists or Democrats, including Democrats who betrayed them.
We need to start really working on primaries.
Yeah.
Primaries are going to determine whether or not we have people who stand up against Trump or whether we have people who cave immediately.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to be the messaging from leftists. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's possible if you look at what Zoran did in
Look at what
New
Zoran
York.
did, right?
Yeah.
Think about it like this.
Yeah.
Primaries are going to determine whether people are willing to stand up and protect your rights or whether they're willing to let millions of Americans die. Yeah. We can't control what Republicans do. We can only control how we respond.
Yeah.
And if we don't have leadership willing to stand up for healthcare, for SNAP, for abortion rights, for LGBT rights, then there's really no point in even electing these Democrats if they're not going to do anything. If they're just going to roll over and take it, I mean, we might as well not have a Democratic Party, which is why primaries are going to be the most important election going into 2028, going into 2026.
I mean, I think
we need to start messaging now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think that's the thing is, right, this is one of the things I've been talking about, is like, you know, we deserve representative democracy. And what we have are Senate Democrats who are not interested in representing us, the people. They're interested in representing corporations and AIPAC and billionaires, right? They aren't actually representing us, the people. And what we deserve is representative democracy. And I think that's why primaries are so important, right? Like that's how we get back to having...
if we'd had one in 2024, we would have won. But they fucked us in a primary, and now this is where we're at.
Yeah.
Something has to be done, dude.
Yeah.
We can't, this is not a sustainable form of government.
No, and I think, you know, I think it sucks that this is where we're at in terms of we don't have a real opposition party that is helping us fight the fascists. But I think it demonstrates how much of our government is controlled by the oligarchy, right? And that this is a chance for us to actually, if we want to save democracy, we have to get rid of the oligarchy.
You're saying, I know this is the leftist stereotype, right? But you're coming at this like these people are not fighting against the fascists. It's like the corporate versus the fascists, and the corporate doesn't care.
Yeah.
No, Chuck Schumer is a fascist. If you have 9 people, if you have people voting on a bill that will enact fascism, and one guy that says this is bad, but I'm voting yes because I don't care, that guy's also basically a fascist.
Yeah.
Functionally, he's the same, and maybe that's like an overdone trope for the left, but it's like true. These people are willing to. He's willing to kill millions of Americans through access to billions of dollars.
Okay, well here's the thing, kid, because he didn't vote for this tonight, right? So he's gonna say like, I didn't vote for this, but you know he's the leader of the Senate Democrats. So either he can't control his party and he can't whip his party to vote as they need to vote, or he was okay with this, right?
That needs to be messaging. I don't know what to do, man.
I know.
I'm just one voter in a world.
I know, kid. I know. I think you're not wrong. I think. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
This is so unacceptable.
Yeah, I know. So
they would do this to us.
Well, I think it is. We would be foolish to have presumed that they weren't going to do this to us, right? I think it would be naive for all of us to have hoped that they would have not disappointed us once again. But I do think, like, you make a really good point. A number of people on Blue Sky this evening were saying that the Senate corporate Democrats are like Vichy France, right? They're not actually opposition; they're actually collaborators, and it's like you're either actively working to stop the fascists, or you are essentially functionally helping the fascists. Like, right? There's no gray area. If you are voting in a way that aids Donald Trump's agenda, then you are supporting fascism. And I don't know how else to see this action tonight, other than through that lens, right? That if you are prioritizing corporate interest and foreign interest above the constituents and above democracy, then I don't care if you think that you're opposed to fascism, you are functionally supporting it, So then what do we do after that? Yeah.
I hate this country.
Well, I hate the fact that we have so much corruption in our government. Clearly, like both parties, right? It's like when MAGA Republicans say drain the swamp, and they think that Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are super corrupt. It's because they fucking are corrupt, They're not wrong. So our shit stinks too, right? Democratic shit stinks too. So I guess that's all the more need for reform. It's okay. We're allowed to feel upset tonight, and then we're going to regroup and re-strategize. And this just gives us a chance to decide what to do next, right? We have more data points. Maybe it's clearer now who our actual allies are and how we need to organize to move forward, right?